And recently the government has taken the measures that so that the people are evacuated in a safer place from Josimath, and the government also has given a total ban on the NTPC project that is on I think on the Tapovan hydraulic project, and also on the BRO they are planning to have something hydraulic. They are cutting down the hills and they are making some bypass inside by cutting the hills, and this can cause a huge damage in the city, and the people are doing some strikes because they have been warning the government for last I think from 2 to 3 months, but the government was not listening to them, and so now the government can realize that it could have taken some steps earlier so that to prevent this situation. And recently our Prime Minister has also raised his concern about this matter, and he has suggested the government to shift the person those who are suffering from that to a more safer place, and they have asked the NTPC and BRO to provide some around 2,000 houses for the persons who are falling in this disaster, and that's all.
Good evening, friends. Now, whether the Joshimath incident is a consequence of any kind of hazard out of developmental activities, not taking care of the natural phenomena, it is yet to be ascertained. Scientists and other experts have denied any particular reason so far, are yet to give any particular reason for exactly why it has happened. But yes, it is an undeniable fact that development should always take place by keeping in mind the sustainable goals. Now Uttarakhand, and in Uttarakhand, precisely in Joshimath, Uttarakhand, which is a mountainous area. Now, in that, as far as geographically sustainable, how to develop that area in a sustainable manner, in that case, one has to take care. As to be precise about Uttarakhand, one has to take care about the natural habitat and all other issues which have been ongoing through centuries in Uttarakhand while making any kind of development projects, or else some incident like Kedarnath or Badrinath may happen in future. So at last I would like to say that any kind of developmental projects should always keep in mind the hazardous impact which may cause if some precautions are not taken care of. Thank you.
Uttarakhand has always been the most disaster prone states of India, and from 1800 till 2023 there have been around 79 such incidents which has happened in Joshimath right now. While putting up tourist lodges, while breaking mountains by using explosive like dynamite, we have to make this sure that by cutting down a lot of trees, by making places for hotels, a lot of soil erosion happens, and when we are not conserving a lot of trees, then it is creating a huge trouble. And Uttarakhand has always been a place of severe precipitation, and the drainage system is not that good. So in coming times, while creating tourist lodges, like many tourist lodges are created near the river Ganges so that the tourists can get a particular view, but we do not understand that this is creating a lot of deforestation, and for this deforestation a lot of landslides are happening, which has now happened in Joshimath. Though the scientists of today are not giving any particular reason, but this has been the reason for several decades now. And if these changes are not made, then Uttarakhand will be having more of such landslides in the near future.
The incident which happened in the Joshimath is mixed of man-made and climate changes also. We don't know the exact reason why this is happening. We need time to come in a conclusion, but it is clear that without any scientific backup, they have after getting a lot of warnings, they continue to grow their industries and all in the places, and there were no proper drainage system also. So the exact place of Joshimath is also in a dangerous situation, and it is sinking. In near future, we should keep our mind that we should have some scientific backup and experts' suggestions before growing or develop a certain kind of industries.
Natural disasters have always been a part of our environment. For example, that earthquakes that happened in Kathmandu, or the flood that happened in Kedarnath. The exact same thing is happening in Joshimath also, but in a different way, like the cracking up of soil or the land. It happens due to deforestation, soil erosion, just they say, as well as animal poultry, and even in certain parts we have seen that people burn a certain part of the jungle to animal races or to maintain the balance between human and animals, but this has a adverse effect on the environment as well, because it is not as well as surrounded by the fields or the mountains, but also it is affecting the climate in general too. So climate conditions, deforestation, soil erosion, animal poultry, and we have seen the hydropower process is one of the major man-made processes which is also helping the environment to create more of earthquakes, flood, and also melting of glaciers as well. But why all these things are happening? Because of global pollution or all the greenhouse effect. The development of hills can be done through various processes, such as restoration of eco-friendly things, such as we could stop cutting out the roads for the people to pass, or we could make plans for the development. We have seen certain things. For example, there are roads, especially in, you can say, Manali or in other parts, the roads are not well developed, which is a dangerous place to walk around. So the development process started way back then, but yet it's still not been completed actually as it should have. So there should be less of deforestation. So we know we cannot prevent an earthquake or natural disasters, but we can minimize it. We can minimize it in various ways. For example, we should develop basic infrastructure. The places like Kathmandu or Kedarnath, if your development plan in metropolitan cities, we have seen there are many development plans that's happening. But in the hilly areas, we see that it is not that much taken place, because of not, we know that the hilly areas have always been a touristy place, but due to the tourist or the or the things that are hazardous to the people living in hilly areas, these touristy people are also contributing to the fact. We should prevent it.
Many tourists visit Uttarakhand, but for that the people grow the city very much, dynamiting the roads for making the roads without any scientific backups. They grow the city very much by cutting down the trees. For that, many landslides happens again and again. Now, many houses are broken down, cracks happen in roads. Many heavy vehicle move in the city, so it can be happening for that.
I think this disaster happened because of climate change first, and second thing is this is kind of man-made or human-made because there are no scientific
now the choosing what happened is very poor. In past, many people have visited hills, and in this case, they made buildings and roads, etc. Industry. In this case, they cut tree and dynamites and to make roads, etc. And for this case now, the hills and broken down and landslide. Any backup, any scientific scientifically they're not now have not scientifically ওটা কি বলে মানে সার্টিফিকেটলি কিছু নেই এখন ঠিক করার মতো জসিমঠকে ঠিক করা যাবে না বলছে।
It's very difficult right now to since the situation is so critical right now. It's very difficult for the scientist even to intervene in this particular situation.
Now, taking the gist from all of you, I would like to conclude in a manner that developmental projects should always take place by getting sanctions, by agreeing to the sanctions which have been put by various experts as per the which is different in different areas depending upon the geography and topography, everything, and the natural phenomena of any particular region. So, and even if you have to be ready with some backup plans always, that so that even after going through all the sanctions by the expert bodies, if something hazardous happens, so that you can manage those calamities in a much faster way and thus can minimize the damage.